Hello there, this is Grand Harrier. We did not have a streamed Meta Weekly this week. However, I did want to share a couple of matches from the tournament that took place regardless, because we have seen a new deck come out right before the release of the new box that's going to be the Odd Eyes Rebellion Pendulum Rebellion skill. Now, there's a couple different ways that you can play it. In this situation, however, we are going to see a version that is basically running a Sky Striker package. Now we have AB, who is a Lyrilusc player, versus Marco, who is on the Pendulum Rebellion. We're going to go ahead and take a look here and see just what's going on. Now, as an OTK style deck, it does prefer to go second. We are going first here. You will see that the skill starts you off with Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon and Rebellion Dragon in your extra deck. We're going to go ahead and set 3 here before passing the turn back to our opponent. Now, it should be noted that your deck itself runs absolutely no monsters. It is entirely comprised of spells. And you are focusing exclusively on the Odd Eyes Rebellion Overlord upgrade to the Odd Eyes Rebellion that will have 3 attacks irregardless. Now, obviously here against Lyrilusc, we're going to have a little bit of trouble potentially OTKing them, as they are going to be untargetable. However, we are going to see a super polymerization, and because our extra deck is filled with just the most common counters, we are going to be able to just make a 3,000 attack in this situation. Completely unaffected independent Nightingale here. We're going to go Area 0 effect. Now, if you take a look here, besides the obvious Sky Striker cards, we do have Sulfur Elegance. You may be wondering why this is being played. However, it is exclusively because of the third effect. Add 2 cards, 1 odd and 1 even pendulum scale from your pendulum zone to your extra deck, and draw 2 cards. Now the skill is going to let you meet that condition. So this functionally becomes a give up your scales and draw 2 cards. But once you pendulum summoned, you don't need your scales. Plus the skill lets you do it twice per duel. We are going to grab the Widow Anchor here, activating our skill, sending a card back for our scales, which are going to be Time Gazer and Stargazer Magician. Now these are also rather nice because of the fact that if we attack with our Pendulum monster, no spell or traps can be activated. It's going to be an Armades-like effect. Goes for the Overlord here. No response possible. That's going to be a quick and easy OTK. Didn't even use the burn effect of the independent Nightingale. Going to take game number 1. Go ahead and go to game number 2. All right, going second here. This is what you prefer to do as this deck. Lyrilusc player will have the opportunity to build a board, however. We're going to go Kinkabayo into our Wagtail, searching for a copy of Bird Call here. Goes for the Recital Starling. Gonna get searching, grabbing a Sapphire Swallow. We're going to go ahead and bird call, grabbing a copy of Cobalt Sparrow. 2 more bodies to the field, grabbing a copy of DD Crow. Goes for the assembled Nightingale. Activating the effect here, going to be unable to take any damage from battle. We are also running a Beaufort, which does help in this particular matchup, but if you need to just pass and let your opponent go, it can act as a hand trap and keep you safe from an OTK. We are going to grab Engage, setting 2 and passing the turn, activating our skill here again. Kinkabaya, go ahead and grab another copy of Wagtail. We're going to get our Bird Sanctuary effect. Go ahead and combine materials here. We're going to make a Promenade Thrush. Widow Anchor is going to go ahead and negate that. Feral Canary for the Cobalt Sparrow. Grabbing a Turquoise Warbler. We're going to go for another copy of Promenade Thrush. Go ahead and spin the back row, or excuse me, field spell. Attacking, however, fearing that we might have a Beaufort, we do not attack with the Assembled Nightingale. Activates Nightingale effect. Set another back row. It is a Widow Anchor. We're going to go ahead and negate. Spin the other back row. Combine here. Goes for the Beryl Canary. Taking a Ensemble Robin here, untargetable as well. We attack in. And again, probably sensing a delay. Super Polymerization is going to go ahead and grab those 2 monsters with 3 materials each, making a 4,000 attack independent Nightingale. 4,500. We're going to go ahead and burn there, send it away for the scales, pass the turn. We're going to spin one of the scales there, attack in for 500. Area 0 is going to go ahead and be able to send our other scale, finding off of the top. Jamming Waves. Activates the skill here. Send a card from the hand back. Get our 2 scales. Pendulum Summon. Bring forth the Odd Eyes Rebellion Dragon. Upgrade to the triple attack Overlord. Attack in, and that is just gonna be lethal. 2-0 victory. Well done. We also have the grand finals happening right now. So let's go ahead and hop on over there. Looks like somebody did not make the room correctly. That's okay. We know how to get in there. So Marco on the Pendulum Rebellion is going to be against Tom Era with Cyber Dragon. Engage. Gonna grab a copy of Widow Anchor here. Activating our skill. Goes for the Pendulum Summon. Bring forth the Overlord. Set 3. Pass the turn. Summoning to the extra monster zone, we are going to be able to treat this like a Sky Striker deck insofar as any and all of our Sky Striker back row will be able to be used, as we have no monsters in the main monster zone. We very likely are also running Eagle Booster to protect. Only thing we're going to have to potentially worry about is our opponent being able to distribute us off with a Kaiju. However, as we are a Pendulum, we would simply return to the extra deck. And because we did not elect to upgrade into the Overlord, we will be able to re-summon it on the following turn. Cyber Emergency, gonna grab a copy of Cyber Dragon Core. We're gonna go ahead and summon that, allowing us to search our deck for a Cyber Spell Trap. Widow Anchor is going to be activated here. Deny the search. We're going to go ahead and chain Book of Eclipse here. Flip all the monsters face down. And because we will be face down, we will no longer be negated. A second copy of Widow Anchor, Eagle Booster, all chained in sequence. We will negate the search, and we will remain face up and be unaffected. Going all in on this strategy, hoping that our opponent is going to be unable to end further from here. Dumping a copy of Cyber Dragon. We are going to activate our Cyber Repair Plant, searching for a copy of Cyber Dragon Nashter. Nashter effect, discarding the Cyber Dragon from our hand, allowing us to special summon it to the field. Going to allow us to revive a Cyber Dragon, and we will be able to continue our plays as if nothing had happened. Modulating our levels to level 5. We will go for the Nova. Nova effect, detach a material, bring back Cyber Dragon. Setting a back row, we go to battle. Nova effect, we will boost, allowing us to beat over the Rebellion Dragon, which will return to the extra deck. Pass back to Marco. We're going to go ahead and draw a card here. Pendulum Summon. Bring back the Rebellion Dragon. Card for turn is going to be Area 0. However, we are going to chain Cybernetic Overflow, destroy the Rebellion Dragon. Binding off of the top. Afterburners. Not particularly effective against the Cyber Dragon Nova, which will be able to float off of the pop. Seeing no other recourse, we are going to activate it. Take out the Nova. Pop our own Stargazer Magician. Nova will activate. Bring forth the Rampage Dragon. Activating our skill, we will go for Zhang Ke and Zhang Shen Magicians. No real purpose here. We are dead on the crackback. Mill 2 here, gaining 2 additional attacks. Hers is going to go ahead and return the core to the hand. This is irrelevant though. We're just styling here. Grab another copy of the Overflow. Go ahead and set it. Modulate our levels. Level 5 once again. Come forth, Nova number 2. Rank up further. Cyber Dragon Infinity. We go to battle. 27, putting us down to 100. And lethal with TCG lethal on the crackback. Game number 1 going to Samara. Waiting for the players to continue. Let us go to game number 2.
Duel.
Cyber Dragon going first. Obviously, we do like the ability to set up our turn 1 board, including our Cyber Dragon Infinity. However, as I previously mentioned, the Pendulum Rebellion does prefer to go second, to go for the OTK crackback. We can power through the Cyber Dragon board. It should be easy OTK. We don't run any hand traps. We don't mind popping an overflow in the back row because there will be no next turn. We're gonna have a 5-card hand, one of which will be negated, one of which will be required to send to get our scales, so we will have 3 cards to work with. Cyber Dragon Core is going to grab Repair Plant, dumping the Cyber Dragon to the field before we activate the Repair Plant. This is going to allow us to grab our Nashter. No, goes for hers. We already have the Nashter in hand. We're going to go ahead and send the hers to the graveyard. Summoning out the Nashter. Nashter, bring out that Cyber Dragon. Hers will trigger as well. We're going to go ahead and modulate our levels here. Go for the Nova. Looks like we elected to not activate the hers. Okay. Not sure if that was a misclick. I'm going to set 2 in the back row and pass. So 1 negate, up to 2 potential interruptions. I'm going to go ahead and activate Area 0. The nice thing about Area 0 here, of course, is the fact that once we have used the effect, we can send it to meet the material cost of our scales. Off of the top, we are going to find a copy of Multi-Roll, sending Eagle Booster to the graveyard. Not great. We are going to go for an engage here. Will this eat the negate? Indeed it will. Cyber Dragon Infinity effect. Negate. Activating multi-roll. Multi-roll, get sending. Gonna make it so that our opponent cannot respond to our effects. Afterburners. Gonna be able to pop the Infinity, pop a back row as well, hitting the Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. activates Pendulum Rebellion here, sending the card on field back to the deck. Most likely, we are going to be facing an overflow. No, it is Book of Eclipse. Bit of a desperation move there. We'll stop our opponent from killing us this turn. We're going to go ahead and reset the Eagle Booster. Book of Eclipse will flip it back face up, allowing us to activate the Eagle Booster. Only a single card in Tom Era's hand. We would need Nashter. Nashter could normal summon, bring back the Infinity. Any other normal Cyber Dragon in hand? Ooh, no. We can activate the Cyber Dragon Core. Core is going to be able to bring back the Cyber Dragon Nova. Goes for the Nova here. Interesting. Activating another Nashter, or rather summoning it. Activating our skill. Are we going to see a second copy of Nova hit the field? So we're setting up for the ability to Baboost. Bring back the Cyber Dragon. However, unfortunately, I don't think this is going to work the way that we want it to. We go to battle. Activating Eagle Booster here because we have 3 spells in the graveyard. We will also be indestructible by battle. Multi-roll is going to be able to reset. We're going to go ahead and choose our Mobilize Engage. Sulfur Elegance. Gonna draw 2 by sending our scales. Goes for a super polymerization. Of course, we're running a Cyber Dragon target in our deck. Take both of those Cyber Dragon Novas into a Rampage Dragon. And we will get the concession scoop. Marco takes game number 2. All that's left is game number 3. It will be interesting to see if this deck actually survives the new box or if it's going to be a day one flash in the pan. It should be noted that there are other variations of the deck actually playable, and probably what Konami intended them to be played as. You have the ability to summon Magician cards, Odd Eyes cards, Performapal, Phantom Knight, so you can just play this as a replacement skill for Phantom Knights, for example. But obviously, players loving to find ways to use skills in unintended ways. And really, isn't that kind of the beauty of Duel Links? It'll be interesting to see whether or not Konami will address this particular variation or just allow it to exist. Duel. Alrighty. In game number 3, Samara will be going first once again. Have the normal summon of Cyber Dragon Core. Grabbing a copy of Overflow. Gonna give us another form of Disruption. Dump the Cyber Dragon to the field graveyard. Activate Nashter effect. By discarding another Nashter, go ahead and bring that Cyber Dragon right on back. Activating the effect, bring that Cyber Dragon. Using our skill to modulate the levels. Gonna go ahead and make Nova. Nova effect, detach the OG Cyber Dragon, bring it right on back. This is going to allow us to make another rank 5. Goes for the Infinity. Goes for the Chronomaly V mana, giving us another monster negate. At 1 and 2, pass the turn. One of these we do know is the Overflow, the other is an unknown. We have seen Book of Eclipse. Now it should be noticed that mentioned that the V-Mana effect kind of irrelevant. We don't run any monster effects. Although it could in theory boost if we got another Xyz in the graveyard. Activating Engage here. We're going to attempt to negate. Widow Anchor is going to go ahead and stop that, allowing us to go ahead and search our deck for a copy of Jamming Waves. Jamming Waves going to be able to pick off one of those back row. What did we hit? It's going to be the Overflow. Overflow will trigger, allowing us to search the deck for a card, but if all goes according to plan, this is going to be irrelevant. Jamming Wave's going to be able to hit the other back row. And because we have 3 spells in the graveyard, we will get the secret hidden effect of destroying 1 monster on the field. It's another copy of Overflow. Takes out the V-Mana. Activates Afterburners. We have taken literally everything from our opponent. Last card in our hand, send it to the deck. Manifest our scales. Pendulum Summon. Odd Eyes Rebellion Dragon. Rank up. Xyz Evolution. Come forth. Odd Eyes Rebellion Dragon Overlord. Attack 1. Attack 2. And if that wasn't enough, attack 3. Lethal. And Marco will take it in today's Meta Weekly with yeah, I don't there you have it. Is this deck a problem? Is it will it even matter after the new box? Who's to say? Regardless, thank you, and hope you guys enjoyed this video and a look at what this deck can do. If you are interested in any of our events and would like to participate in tournaments like this, you can go ahead and join our Discord. We're going to go ahead and put it up in the chat box here on screen. Yeah, I know it's just a bunch of letters and numbers, but you can go ahead and find our Discord that way. We do host tournaments 2, 3, sometimes 4 times per week, including several focused around the new box coming out on December 31st into January 1st. Yeah, definitely looking forward to it. And as always, I do appreciate all of y'all. Have a lovely day.